butt hits the seat, that powers the car on. Seatbelt clicks, climate control's working, shift it into drive, press the pedal, and off we go.
This is the all-electric Volvo C40. It's built in Belgium. This color is called Onyx Black, and that little white badge on the tailgate says Recharge Twin. Recharge is the designation for many Volvos with plugs. These include plug-in hybrids and all-electrics. And Twin references my tester's twin-motor powertrain configuration. More on that soon. Vehicles with longer wheelbases usually have a smoother ride, which is important when you're out and about in the backroads of northern Ontario. The C40's suspension generally does a good job of filtering occupants from the worst of the abuse, though there isn't a lot of help smoothing out the ride here from a longer wheelbase. In fact, the C40 has one of the shortest wheelbases in its segment, which means it doesn't quite match the steadier and smoother drive on uneven roads that I expect of bigger machines for this sort of money. And the ride can, in certain situations, become busier than you might like. Still, even on my rough road testing routes, it did do a commendable job of keeping things from degrading into chaos, as the suspension took a wallop. There's a bit more noise from the shocks audible in the cabin here than I was expecting, but body motion control and overall management of the suspension travel under heavy abuse is very well done. So all said, generally impressive performance from the suspension, but if you're after absolute smoothness and quiet for the dollar on rough roads, the C40 might still fall a little short for you. No complaints from the performance though, with 400 all-electric horsepower coming to life the moment your right foot hits that firewall, and all-wheel drive to put it all down. Launches are hard, fast, and drama-free as you noiselessly vacate intersections. A body slam into your seat is always just a flick of your right foot away, no waiting required, and with 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds. There are a long list of sports cars that this machine would dust. It really rips. The power is tremendous, though I did notice a little more vibration and feedback through the driveline at full throttle than I was expecting, possibly a result of the traction control system trying, subtly, to keep all 4 tires from lighting up off the line. This is some real gut punch torque. Watch the lift on that front axle in this footage, before that front wheels even made a full rotation off the line. The brakes are excellent too. The one-pedal driving in this machine is probably the best there is in the market right now. And in most driving, braking is very smooth and easy to control without even touching the brake pedal. In emergency stop testing, I was also quite impressed with how easy it is to engage maximum stopping force and anti-lock. The pedal picks up on your vibe and applies maximum braking with just a shallow stomp and a firm, assertive, and confidence-boosting brake pedal feel.
Okay, so here's the travel charger set up here. You can see this is the end that goes into the car, your standard EV plug there. On this side, we've got sort of an adapter, and then 2 plug choices here that we can choose from. So if we want to plug into a standard household outlet like this, we connect that. And if we want to plug into one of these big boys here, we connect this one. Just sort of snaps into place like this and disconnects this way. And that way you've got one solution for either type of plug. And when you're done, that all just fits in this little cubby under here.
Connecting your C40 to a charger takes about 10 seconds, and unplugging it later takes about 10 seconds more. So you might say that charging this car takes about 20 seconds, of course the actual recharging occurring while you're off doing other things.
The C40 is tall and relatively soft, a good recipe for ride comfort, and that's where the tuning leads the overall drive. It's soft and gentle on the highway, and while it no way encourages the driver to chuck it around an off-ramp, the C40's low center of gravity means it's not bothered by some quick cornering, but the body motions can be more dramatic than some driving enthusiasts will like.
We're 11 degrees Celsius here, and it's giving me this warning because we haven't been plugged in that the acceleration and range are limited because of the low battery temperature, which is completely normal, and that'll go away after a moment or two of driving once things heat up a little bit. But I will say that is the warmest exterior temperature that I've ever seen a message like that pop up at. Important to note here though, battery has not been plugged in for a couple of days at this point, and just in the time that I've taken to explain that to you, we've actually got warm air coming out of the vents already. Just for reference on how this all might work for you on the chillier days.
The turning circle is not bad, but visibility out that rear window is poor. Thankfully, the camera systems are there to help. Safety systems are there to help on the highways and back roads too, with driver assist features bundled into the Pilot Assist system, making it easier for you to drive your C40 more smoothly, in theory that is. In a lot of conditions, the system's inputs are subtle and well calibrated, though in a few too many, I felt like my tester's Pilot Assist calibration was a little too active, a little too often, meaning the vehicle often felt like it was squirming or shifting around beneath me when there was no reason to. I really started noticing this after several hours at the wheel, so based on my recent experience with the Mustang Mach-E and its hands-free Blue Cruise system around this price point, and even the high-performing driver assist systems in the Honda Accord for some tens of thousands less, I was expecting more precision from my C40 tester's assists at times.
Watch how easy this car is to use.
We'll start here with the car locked. I'm going to put these in my pocket now to get in and get started and get driving. I'm going to walk up, touch the door handle. That unlocks us, obviously.
Everything's off in here right now, right? And as soon as you buckle up and put your foot on the brake pedal, click it into gear, everything comes alive, and we're ready to drive. Now say we're done driving, we're still in gear, but because of one pedal drive, we're not moving. We don't even actually have to put the car in a park, because it'll do that for us. As soon as we just unbuckle and open the door, you'll see it change there on the screen to park. Then just get out, lock, and walk away. So basically your butt becomes the engine start button. There is no engine start button to press. There's no key fob to handle as long as it's in your pocket. And by just removing a few of those extra steps, this car makes it that much easier to transition to and from driving and then to other parts of your day.
In this footage, you can see strong illumination of the immediate foreground of the C40, with the active area of its lighting system's output accentuated by a subtle blue line just ahead. Engaging dynamic steerable projectors pull your attention up the road, whether through the subtle animation to the high beams, or the system's ability to bend light through corners. This lighting system has a way of drawing your eyes far up the road where they should be going and reinforcing good after-dark driving habits. Here from a higher angle, you can see the precision of the beam pattern and cutoff on the road as we drive through the residential area, and on the highway it's powerful headlights whose illumination is consistent, wide, crisp, and white. The switch between low and high beams has an animated tilt effect if you look closely. It's a little more engaging that way, again a subtle means of keeping your eyes interested in looking far up the road, where they belong. Peripheral lighting is solid at a distance, but I did find myself wishing for a little more light in the culverts and tree lines in my immediate foreground at times. With auto high beams that are mostly on the ball, and headlights that respond as quickly as the steering to your inputs on corners and bends, I definitely think you'll find the lighting system in the C40 to be a major upgrade, if this will be your first new car in 5 or 6 years.
All right, it's time for the walk around. That is where camera guy James and I have a very unscripted look at the Volvo C40 using our cameras.
Does it have a frunk or not?
And it's like, oh, you open up the door and look, there's another drawer. And what it is, it holds your hat. Howdy, partner.
No spare tire, but an inflator kit. Well, it's a divider. Like you could put a, jug of washer fluid there and...
Like your salad on one side and your steak on the other?
No, you just have that if you get a puncture to seal it, but if you blow a sidewall or something bigger than a puncture, you call them. Is it open from your side?
Oh, know what that is? Open that up. This is the headrest.
Oh, there we go.
That's what those are, Joe. Oh, it's like a curtain.